As you can see, the body is often the most important factor in a good koi fish. In fact, in most koi competitions, up to half of the points available are given purely for the body, and its conformation to the ideal shape. Size is not as important, because a good body shape in a small koi is a very good indication of a good body shape when the koi is fully grown. The best shape is typically described as a tree trunk, so not too thin, but also not so large that the fish looks bloated. Ideally, the koi will look strong and muscular rather than fat and overweight. Obviously, a good koi will have no deformities, such as a crooked body or missing fins. In koi show judging, body conformation is the first priority. The judging criteria for young, mature, and jumbo body conformation is different. Many people asking this, is it normal for koi fish to change its body shape as it increases in size? Because I see that juvenile koi area all torpedo shaped, while several adults, mostly large ones, have irregularities in their bodies, such as a large shoulder hump. The answer is, yes, they change as they grow. Like the shoulder hump on 5 years old koi, as I understand it, is the bone structure. It's a skeletal arch to the back, and the real pronounced hump is a result of a high back bone, and a short head and small gill plates. One has a very pronounced hump, and the other has an appropriate one. This is a function of the bone structure. And here, the angular shape where the gill plate meets the back of the skull exaggerates the hump even more. These things are apparent on tosei, so if you really don't like the hump, pick tosei that don't have a hump. As for fish getting bellies, that's overfeeding and a weak tail section. Bellies are not good, and the slope from head to dorsal is important, but if it's too steep of an arch, the hump may look too drastic. As well as the actual shape of the body, you should also consider whether the koi looks healthy and strong. You do not want to end up taking home a sickly or injured fish by accident. Please ensure that you can watch the fish swimming in a pond or a bowl, whether that be in person or via a video. You want to make sure that the fins do not look damaged, and that the koi appears to be able to swim normally with the other fish. If possible, try and watch your chosen fish when it is caught and bagged. The fish should display agility and attempt to evade capture when the net is put in the pond, and once the koi is bagged or put in a bowl, you can get a closer look at the fish. You will want to have a good look, and ensure that it has no signs of damage or injury at any point on its body. A koi with the right body shape exudes power and presence while gracefully moving in the water. Different breeders and koi varieties may have slightly different body shapes, but the key qualities of power and impact remain constant. Understanding the importance of body shape helps enthusiasts to appreciate koi from a new perspective. Conformation includes the body shape, the proportions of the body, finnage, head shape, width at the eyes and shoulders, and so on. Differences in body occur at different ages of koi, and we must recognize this proper development over time. The proper body can show power and elegance at the same time. As a koi matures, the body becomes that much more important. When young, pattern and color are most important, but when a koi gets older, it must show power. The head should be wide and the nose should be rounded. If the nose is too pointy, the fish will lack elegance. The forehead area should have a gradual descent from the shoulder to the nose. If it cuts too quickly down, the head looks more like a shark. The forehead should be slightly convex, not flat. Faces, around the cheeks, can be rounded or more squared at the jaw, depending on bloodline, but both are okay. There is a perfect triangle that the eyes and nose form, that you will recognize as you get more experience. If the nose is too short or long, it can throw off the conformation. This triangle is almost an equilateral triangle. The body is said to be torpedo-shaped. The widest part, if looking down, is between the back of the gill plates, to the leading ray of the dorsal fin. If the widest point is at the gills, and cuts back too fast to the tail, then the fish has no power. If the widest part extends back further than this, then the koi has a chubby type appearance, and this too lacks power. The tail tube should be thick to depict power. From the side you would follow the same rules without the stomach hanging down too much. If the lowest point is under the gills, then the koi is said to be pigeon-chested. Choman is a stomach disorder, where the stomach hangs down at the back the furthest. The stomach should be carried in a muscular way rather than a flabby way. Make sure the spine is straight. Watch it swim and see if everything is carried straight. Also look from the side to see if the fish carries itself properly. Make sure the head or tail is straight out and not facing up or down. The final thing to consider when judging the quality of a koi, especially a young koi, is the breeder. A koi carp can change a lot over its lifetime, and if you are buying young fish, the only way to ensure that you will end up with a good quality adult fish, is to know the breeders and buy from the right ones. The breeders have the most knowledge and experience when it comes to selecting the best koi, and they will only import young koi if they know that the fish will be of the best quality. Unfortunately, it is no longer good enough that the koi come from Japan. Many newer breeders are less fussy with the fish that they send to the UK, meaning that it is especially important to do your research on the breeder. A koi with an ideal body shape has proportion and balance. Its body flows smoothly from head to tail, with a visible spine under the skin. The dorsal fin is in the right place, and the tail has enough depth for a seamless look as the koi grows.